So here we are on the beach. As I say, this is where we're staying, with Dua, Koh Chang. And as I said, a little bit about Jackie and myself. Jackie and myself have been together now for 30 plus years, and we started travelling in the late 80s, early 90s. We've been lucky enough to have gone around the world, and you know, we've been in many locations, Asia and India obviously is Asia, sorry, Americas, Africa, South Africa, on more than one occasion. So when we first used to travel, in them days there was no Spice Jets or low cost airlines, easy jets, so on. And when we travelled in Asia, India and so on, we travelled by trains, coaches. They were the only available travel at the beginning, sorry. Some we've been through India, from the very bottom, from the mountains out to very tip where the three seas meet. We've been Sri Lanka and been all over America, Vietnam and Thailand, Cambodia, Laos. So you know, we've basically done quite a lot of travel through our lives. We've been very, very lucky, two very, very lucky people. And when I make these videos, I don't make the video you know, as a comparison, as a, you know, oh well, I can get it cheaper. Why I try and do these videos is to show people that you don't actually need to book a tour. I'm now 60 this year, so as I say, through our years of travel, you know, we used to stay in, well, some of the worst places you could ever imagine, but now we're of an age where, you know, and we're lucky enough that we don't have to stay in them kind of places. You know, we can stay a bit upmarket. But again, you know, why I do these videos is for people of our age really, and maybe in the 40s as well, who, you know, who can afford to, you know, to actually get away, and they can also afford, you know, to stay in nicer places. But as I say, as a tour might cost you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,000. You know, it's just to show people that you don't need to spend them amounts of money. You don't need to spend anywhere near them amounts of money. As the actual, you know, getting about isn't as hard as people think. So, you know, it's just about doing a bit of pre-planning and just, you know, taking the bit between your teeth and thinking, I can do that myself. And you can do it yourself, you can do it quite easily yourself. Anyway, a quick look at the beautiful island of Koh Chang. I actually think it's the best island in Thailand. And we've been to obviously Koh Phangan and Koh Samui and Phuket and all them places when we were younger. And believe me, they were far better then than they are now. The commercialism wasn't there. And I'd actually say Koh Chang is a place that's still relatively, you know, the builders haven't got here. They have got here, but you know, they've only just got here. The money's arrived, and soon the package tours and so on will arrive, as has happened all over the world basically. But again, I still say it's you know, one of the nicest, if not the nicest island in Thailand. So regarding our trip, we're now nearing the end of the trip, unfortunately. So what did we do? We actually flew into Hanoi, into Vietnam, from Manchester, and we spent a couple of days in Vietnam. And then from Hanoi we moved down to the middle of Vietnam to a place called Da Nang, and from Da Nang we went a short ride over to Hoi An. Hoi An's obviously famous for, you see the videos of the river and all the candles and what have you floating down the river. it's nice. I think it's a bit overpriced, and I think it's too touristy really. For me though, that's for me. That might not be you know, for everyone. Some people like that kind of thing. From there, as Jackie had never actually been Angkor Wat, believe it or not, we decided then to go over to Cambodia, to Angkor Wat. So how did we get there? We flew from Hanoi down to Da Nang with Vietnam Airlines. Then we flew over to Cambodia with Air Angkor. These flights came in round about 250. That's for both of us, which I thought was fantastic. Then, because the flights aren't as well, they aren't as regular over into Bangkok, which is where we are, where we flew to, Thailand. We had to pay a premium price, which was 268. But again, you know, it's all about time, and you know, we could have got a coach, made our way that way. But we just decided, well, you know, time was a bit of an issue as such, so we bit the bullet and flew with AirAsia into Bangkok. Now that was 268, and arriving in Bangkok, we then found as well that all the flights down to Koh Chang, which had been with Bangkok Airways, were full. Again, you see, it's a very, very, very popular thing to do. And it's something that, you know, if you were planning these kind of trips, you know, you could, you know, these are things that you could forward plan. As we didn't have any idea of what we were going to do and when we were going to move, you know, it's a bit harder. And so obviously we had to bite the bullet as regards that and you know, pay the premium prices. What we actually did to get down to Koh Chang was we got one of the limos, as I said in the earlier video. Now this was nothing really, you know, it's £20 for two people, but as I say, it's an arduous 6-hour journey. We did it years ago when there was no choice to do these kind of things. You know, you had to do them, but when you're younger it's a lot easier. As I say, you know, I'm nearly 60 now, and 6 hours in a car isn't fantastic, let alone a bit of a beat up limousine, as in the seats are more than well used. But these are the things that I feel you've got to do in order, you know, to get these places, because just look, you know, this is what you're coming to. Now, I also feel that this journey for Jackie in the time has probably been too much travel. You know, all things come to an end, and Jack, like most girls I think, loves the beach. So you know, the up and out, and you know, constant unpacking and packing of bags, you know, I think it's got to her a little bit this time. But as I say, you know, you sit at a table and with another couple, and they say, you know, oh yeah, we were in Koh Chang and we got up, went for breakfast, went on the beach, went for something to eat, went to bed, got up, went for breakfast. You know, to me, you know, okay, I get that, but I'd much rather be able to say, well, you know, we were in Angkor Wat, we were in Hanoi, we were in, you know, it's more of my kind of holiday, let's say, and maybe not so much Jack now. But again, this is Koh Chang, in my eyes, is the best island to stay in if you're in Thailand, and that's by a long chalk, to be honest. And if, you know, you wanted to know more about our travels through life, then subscribe, and I'll you know, I'll make better videos, longer videos, and I'll give you all the advice from my experience of travelling the world the last 30 plus years. Okay, one last glance at beautiful Koh Chang, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.